Happy New Year, everybody. Yay. So exciting. And I love this time of year, but at the same time, I think it can get a little overwhelming for people. So let's just chat today for just a short period of time to make it very clear and have you really step into the new year with a little bit more clarity and just a simple step in the right direction. Okay. Stacey, are you one that sets New Year's resolutions?
No, I set habits.
I like
Like
that.
I sort of look at what goals I have and then I go, okay, well, what habits will get me to those goals as opposed to beating myself up and saying like, I resolve never to do this again or never to do that again. What about you?
I did a little practice with my husband yesterday where we like even went through our pictures and kind of highlighted like some of the really good stuff and some of the tough stuff and some of the things that we learned through the year and then created a vibe of what we wanted. So it's more, to me, it's more about a feeling. Like if I know I want more clarity for next year or I want more connection in my life or I want more just like healthy vibes, then that is kind of where my goals or my habits are going to go towards. It's more of like a tone or a feeling that we have. Um, so no matter what, I think all of us are always going to be on the same page, as in we want to take it up a notch and do better for ourselves. But let's just make it clear today, it's all about like baby steps. And I'm sure like with some of your habits, Stacey, and some of my kind of things that I've set, it's also it's about mini micro changes because that's really the only way it's going to stick. So we wrote down a bunch here and we have five. So we're gonna go through them quickly. They may sound very elemental, like where it's just, okay, that's common sense, but that might be good for you. So I'm gonna go through them quickly. Number one, hydrate first thing in the morning, okay? And it's not just overall hydration, everyone, like make sure you wake up and you drink water. Maybe that little micro habit for you is going to be to bring water with you to bed. Okay, if that's kind of your thing. Number two, move for 5 minutes every single day. So Stacey, like I feel like you're such an advocate for this. It's like you don't need to set big goals for exercise. Like if you just start with a small amount, that usually leads to more, right?
100%. If you it because that's where people get stuck, right? They think like, oh, I have to work out for an hour. And because they think they have to work out for an hour, they don't start at all because they don't have the time for it, or they don't prioritize or whatever, or it just seems so completely overwhelming and unattainable. So they don't start at all. But if you start with 5 minutes, you know what I mean? Like you do 10 squats, you do some wall push-ups, I don't know, like just like 10 sit-ups, something like that, and then a
Yep.
little bit of a stretch. Go for a
That
5 minute
walk that you're
walk.
like, I don't feel like going on the walk, like, but I could just do 5 minutes. And then it usually leads to more.
Yeah, that's 100. That's why we always tell people. I usually tell people like, especially if they're really resistant, I say 2 minutes and then you have permission to stop. But
Yeah.
you can't count like putting on your shoes and stuff as like part of the 2 minutes.
But honestly, like putting on your shoes is sometimes the hardest part. It's like once you did that, you're like, well, now
Yeah,
I have the right
exactly.
outfit on.
And then you change your shoes. Maybe you put on something that you can sweat it. Well, I usually just even tell people that are really resistant, like, don't even change your clothes, really. Just do something that you can move in. Like, don't be, because that's another barrier sometimes for people. Like, I don't want to put on my workout clothes. They don't fit, or I don't like them, or I don't want to
Mhm.
shower, or whatever. So
Yeah,
it's like,
just a few
I'll even
minutes.
tell some people, I'll tell people you work out until you start to sweat so you don't have to shower.
Yeah.
People that are very, very resistant to it. I don't tell everybody that, but people that I'm like, I know that every excuse is coming up in your brain. So I'm literally telling you, like, please work out until you start to sweat and then you can stop. And that's it.
No, everyone thinks they need like the big answer and I gotta hit it hard and I gotta do this, but really when it comes down to it, it's about consistency and not an all or nothing approach. So yes, hydrate first thing in the morning, move for maybe it's 2 minutes every day, 5 minutes. Number three is to add a veggie in. Maybe like, I don't know if what you guys are like in the veggie department, but it really can make an impact if you eat more vegetables on a regular basis. So maybe it's one type of vegetable, one meal that you add more veggies to. Think of a little baby step that you can take in the right direction for that. The more, and just to be clear, the more green kind of vegetables, the better. Number 4, pause before snacking. Maybe ask yourself, like, am I really hungry? Or am I just bored? Or am I stressed? You know, this can make a difference. And when I say snacking, I mean like on the not so great things. So, I mean, we are really big on like our approach is maybe different from a lot of people just because we're thinking about how to heal the metabolism, how to stabilize your blood sugar and your hormones. And a lot of that is through, small frequent meals and having a steady blood sugar all day long. So we do promote snacks and stuff, but when I said that, I meant more like the not so good things. So when you're about to grab something and you're at work and you're like, there's the chocolate jar, I'm just gonna grab it, it's usually for other reasons. It's usually because you have a low blood sugar. It's usually because you're stressed or, it's just a mindless activity that you have just done in the past. So being more mindful is a really huge thing, but you can't say my New Year's resolution is to be more mindful. It's just not going to click. So just do that little baby step to get in the right direction there. And then number 5 is to write it down. End your day by jotting down one thing that you are grateful for. I just feel like gratitude is such a big deal. It's going to catapult you in the right direction for everything. So if you have no clue where to start, this is a really great one. If you're just like, well, I need to be better with this, just start with gratitude. If you're grateful for what you have, if you're grateful that your body is working really well, if you're grateful for like all the good things in the day, you don't focus on the bad, I'm going to put my money on it that you are going to start to see positive momentum and it's going to be easier and easier to go in the right direction. So those are just a few key things. We want to hear from you. So if you have any ideas of little micro changes, then definitely add it to the comments. I want to see what you guys are adding.
Yeah. And then, the different ways to create a new habit. It's make it small. Okay. Attach it to something else. So if you already have another habit, because here's the thing, you could tell everyone like, okay, get up and hydrate in the morning. But if they don't think of it as like, before I eat breakfast, I drink a cup of water. It'll be like one of those things that's like, oh yeah, I forgot, right? You have to attach it to something else and then you have to celebrate it. And for me, the way I celebrate stuff, and this is totally like random, but I have an app, it's called the Finch app. And so whenever I have all my little things that I'm supposed to do. So I'm supposed to meditate, I'm supposed to journal, I'm supposed to stretch, I'm supposed to move, I'm supposed to take my vitamins. Every time I do one of those things, I say, okay, I did it. And then I get these little like rainbow stones and I can buy my little person, my little burb, little outfits. No, because here's the thing. If you have ADHD like I do, you have to celebrate it all the time. And what you can't do is get those apps with like the streaks. Does that make sense? You know how like you'll see something and it's like a streak, like, oh, you did this like this many days in a row. Because that will just drive you insane. Because as soon as you miss one, now you need a new app.
Yeah. I know. Yeah. I know. I was just doing Duolingo forever and I was like, I am on such a great streak. And then I traveled to South America where I was speaking Spanish every day. Like, I am not doing Duolingo when I am here. And then I'm like, I
No, you
lost
don't
my
need to
streak.
do Duolingo. Yeah,
But now I'm
exactly.
starting at 0, and that is not fair. I spoke more Spanish in my life there, so.
Yeah, so you got like, it was punitive, right? So you lost your streak, but you were like speaking Spanish every day. You were like in Ecuador. So it doesn't even make
It
sense,
made me
right?
stop. I was like, I now need a break.
See,
Right?
but
Mhm.
when you use the Finch app, and I'm going to tell you about this app, it's like it's the only app I've ever used like more than a month in a row. I'm on day 95. I can dress up my burb.
My birthday, that's so cute.
Oh yeah, she has all these little outfits, and then she goes on different adventures, and then she like has her tree house, and I can buy her furniture and stuff. And nobody ever says to me like on the thing, I never says like, "Ooh, you missed your streak." Nope, it's just like if you do it, you could buy more stuff.
Yeah,
So
it's just it's celebrating positive.
yeah,
And if you're not like techie and you don't have that stuff, because honestly, I really don't, I'm not on those kinds of things that much at all. I usually like, I just do a little this. Or I
yeah.
make
But
a
you do
little
have to
thank
celebrate. Yeah.
you.
Any ways you can celebrate, you can celebrate. You can make your own personal sticker chart and you put a sticker.
Yeah, you
Fire.
got, you got old
Works
school.
for kids when they're learning how to go to the bathroom.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, obviously the
Okay.
key point here, everyone, is that we are taking small baby steps. I want everyone to do it right. If you are listening to us, it's probably because you are sick of quick fixes and going all or nothing and doing extremes that you know are end up hurting you in the long run. And you want to release confusion, release frustration, and you want to do it right. So we have all kinds of good stuff here. First of all, you're always welcome to set up a free chat with us to see like what's the best next step for you, because we have various options of various price points, and some that are really comprehensive and some that are more simple. So we'd love to chat. But also I do have in January, I have two classes that I'm teaching as well that are both free. So one is online for everybody and the other one is local here in Florida. So if any of that resonates with you, we'll be posting more information about it. Or if you're just like, yeah, sign me up, then just put in the information, say I want more. Okay, so everyone have a great one. Wishing everyone a happy new year. And we will definitely be diving in deeper about all of this kind of stuff and get you guys motivated for good, balanced change that's lasting. Okay, everyone, take care. Namaste.
Bye.
Bye bye.